Hello, this is R-I-C-K-Y, the YouTube tech guy. Hey guys, so today I'm here to talk about a very serious topic, and this is another tech rant that we are going to go in on and expose the truth about 5G internet. The truth is you are not getting 5G internet at the soonest 3 years from now if you live in a very populated city, and 5 years at the absolute earliest if you live in a rural area. And I don't care where in the world you are, this is basically fact. So let's go over 5G and what the promise is and what you're actually gonna get. And it's not a pretty sight, but I do wanna be completely honest with you because I don't think enough tech YouTubers are really being honest about 5G to consumers, as well as obviously manufacturers and carriers are gonna go on and on about 5G over the next year and a half and really push you need 5G, you want this fast speed. But the truth is you're not gonna get the speed, and no one within the next 2 years should pay for a 5G internet plan, period. I don't care where you live. So let's go over 5G and what the promise of it is. So first off, the promise of 5G is very exciting. These huge fast jump in internet speeds. 4G LTE has a maximum download speed that no one is currently close to, and that is 2,000 megabits per second. Are you close to that in your area? If you are, that's amazing because most people aren't. In fact, the average internet speeds, which we'll go over later in the world, are way lower than that. But 5G has a promise of so much more, up to 10,000 megabits per second. Even if we get 1/10 of that, that would be great. But this is promising so much more, and it's future-proofing for everything we could want. So let's explain about what 5G actually is and how you're actually going to get it in your city. So this is the difference of 5G versus 4G. 4G had big towers that basically expanded and pierced through buildings very easily. If you have 4G internet in your current whereabouts and you're in a building, congratulations, you are the proof of concept that 4G LTE works and you get good speed for it. However, 5G is not going to be the same. 5G has micro and mini cell towers that are going to go all over the city in order for you to get 5G internet as long as you have nothing in your way. Let me explain just how much of a difference this is. So this is a 5G smartphone, not really, but this is a 5G smartphone. It has 4 different antennas so that even if you cover up a part of the phone, you hopefully will get internet to this phone. This is a 5G tower. It's going to beam high-speed internet to your smartphone. This is a very thin cloth. You no longer have 5G internet. I am not exaggerating this in the slightest. Something this thin would completely stop you from getting 5G internet. So now that we know what little it takes to stop 5G, you can obviously notice a big issue here. 5G can be stopped because it can't really penetrate things. In fact, 95% of all the 5G frequencies that are currently being worked on in the world have 100 times worse building penetration than 4G does. 100 times worse. So yeah, 5G is really not going to pierce anything in its current form that it's being worked on right now as we speak. So what does that mean? Well, that means if you live in cities that have lots of green and things like plants, you're not gonna pierce it. You need it on every single block, on every single street, you need a 5G tower. Not to mention, if you live in cities like Seattle where it rains all the time, even though you're a big metropolitan area, rain stops 5G in its tracks. Sorry, you're not getting 5G in your city, basically. Not only that, but let's talk about home internet. 5G NR routers. You will have to have a line of sight to get that blazing fast computer gaming speed that you have been promised. You have to have line of sight to really get that. If you go in the other room, guess what? You're gonna hear this word a lot. You're going to revert back to 4G internet. That's basically it. You're going to have 4G internet most of the time and very small bursts of 5G internet. That is pretty much what 5G will be. And not only that, but you're going to obviously have to multiply these like crazy. So for homes, you're going to have multiple mesh router systems pretty much in every single room you want to have 5G in. That is what the promise of it. Right now, we maybe have 2 mesh routers or 3 mesh routers for your home, but if you want 5G, well, how many rooms do you have? oh, you have 5, you're gonna have 5 routers. It's just, this is what it will be if you want true 5G internet. Then we move on to the actual cell towers themselves and what they're currently being rolled out and what they were promised to be rolled out with. Now at CES, we saw some amazing 5G towers from Samsung. Little cell towers, very easy to attach. And as I said just a second ago, you're going to attach them to light posts, electric posts, all of these different kind of things. But this is the actual rollout and what it looks like. These are 2 extreme variants, but I wanted to let you guys know this is what's currently being rolled out right now in my state of California. So high income area, San Francisco, very nice touch, little add-on at the top, 5G. You want it as high as possible so that the further you go, the better the line of sight you have, so you actually get the internet signal and a tree doesn't get in your way. However, lower income area, Oakland, you do not have a good looking tower there. And again, these are currently being rolled out. Very different, obviously, and yes, as you can imagine, this version is a lot more expensive than that version. So this is obviously troubling for multiple reasons. One, you are gonna have a variation of these in pretty much every single block in its current form of 5G internet that all countries are rolling out right now. This is it. Yes, it could look very different one way or another, but this is basically what you're getting. And if you're in a country that likes to cut costs, they'll look more like that. And if you're in a lower income area, more like that. If you're in a higher income area that, you know, you can walk freely outside and feel very safe and, you know, have lots of things, that's probably what you're gonna get more so. So this is some variation of what 5G is, but regardless, do you want either one of these in every single block of your city? Because that is what 5G is. That is what's currently being rolled out right now. Then we get to the actual issue. The actual issue is we want faster internet, and boy knows I want it too. This is the problem. Currently right now, although we talked about 4G internet having up to 2000 megabits download speed, the fastest country in the world, Singapore, average internet speed is 60. In the US where I live, I'm at 26. And yeah, I live in Los Angeles, so I get faster internet speed than that, but it really is, I would say, a strong average when I travel. So yeah, it really is a big thing that we are nowhere near 2000 megabits per second, and 4G needs to be refined more because guess what? It can pierce through walls, and unless you always have open concepts, unless you always have a router in your line of sight or a tower in your line of sight, you're not gonna have 5G. You're gonna fall back on 4G. This is the truth behind 5G, and what, you know, although it looks great when you look at this, this is what we actually have, and 5G is not going to pierce anything. So you're not gonna really have it except for things like stadiums, things like that will give you 5G. That is true. If you're at a stadium and you have a 5G tower right in the middle, you have line of sight to it, guess what? You will have amazing blazing download speeds, but we're not gonna have that often. Let me know what you guys think about the truth behind 5G. Did you know any of this? Please share this with everyone you know who is interested in 5G or doesn't know anything about it. And I think this will help them a lot and kind of go the truth over to 5G, and let your other tech YouTubers know, hey, let's talk about the truth about 5G, because I found out stuff that I definitely did not know. Thank you as always so much for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.